Tales from the crawl space. You can suck it. Again. Alright then, get on your knees.
Well, just put it in your mouth, in your motherfucking mouth. You can lick it, you can suck it. Boys and girls, cheese bags everywhere. Welcome to Tales from the Crawl Space podcast. I am Jack at the top of the Great North Mountain, and across the desk from me with his dulcet tones is your favorite of mine, the sexy Brad Harvey.
Good evening to you, all of Cheese Bag Land, and happy Friday to you as well, Jack. It is 72 degrees on the outside, 98.6 on the inside. Looking
Not
forward to
damn.
another great evening of hot topics and good talk about You Can Suck It.
That's right.
Yeah.
You can suck it again because the first time was pretty damn good. So
That's right.
I was going to have a second time.
Exactly. But yeah, we did have a little bit of space of time between the two sucks to dry things off, and we are back at it and ready for your stories to be read here on You Can Suck It Again.
Sometimes you just got to wipe off on the drapes for round two.
That's right. Yeah. and yeah, not the shower curtains either, because those are not absorbent at all.
No, they're not. That's true. You end up with just as much sloppy on your ploppy as, it happens.
Exactly.
But we got some good stories. I know you got a shitload. I got some, but you have a fucking assload of them.
Yeah, I've got. Fortunately, I stopped at the liquor store and got my throat medicine. So, because I am going to be doing a lot of talking today.
Oh,
the retirement bourbon is. I've got a full bottle of retirement bourbon ready to go. Got my Pepsi chaser, and don't judge me. I'm out of Coca-Cola, but you got to do what you got to do. And if you don't like it, you too can suck it.
I actually went to the well for some insults because I had one really good one that I came up with on my own, but we've done this enough times that I was kind of running out without repeating myself.
Well, that's a shame because I don't know if I'm going to have time to fucking insult theft with all the stories we got.
Oh, we got to throw something in for each one.
You're just gonna have to tap into that fertile brain of yours.
Well,
in order to whip some shit out. Yeah, I may throw something in if it comes to me, but no promises.
Well, I was polling some people to see, and they gave me some good ones as well. So I'm going to be throwing out some borrowed insults while we're at it.
There's actually a couple of the stories that I've got tonight, Jack, actually have built-in insults already installed in them, which is nice. I mean, that's if you're gonna bring a you can suck it story, it would be nice to have an insult of your own to kind of throw in.
Add that personal touch.
It's not mandatory, but it would be nice to have.
Now we want everybody to know that these will all be completely anonymous. If for some reason you gave any type of indicating information whatsoever, it will be redacted while it's being read or in post-show editing. We will make sure that you are safe, sound, and secure with the knowledge that your story got out there and ain't a goddamn thing anybody can say to you about it.
That's right. And of course, the Tales from the Crawl Space Legal Department did mandate that we do this. So
that's right.
Got to keep ourselves off the hot plate too.
Yeah, I'm not paying for a lawsuit just because someone happens to be an asshat.
That's right, exactly. I mean, it's not our fault, and it's not your fault. So we're going to do what we can to help cover your ass as well as ours.
That's right, boys and girls.
Hey, I am currently, Jack. Fill some time. I'm trying to work it. Like I said, I've got a shit ton of stories tonight. So let's just go ahead and get right at it. Okay. Pest Control Humor Depot, my favorite group. This is why you're my favorite group. You guys are just, again, the cheese bags come through, and they've got a lot of problems with some people, and tonight you're going to hear some of them. So let's get right on it. We've got one here that says one of our techs was recently robbed at gunpoint in his work truck while doing paperwork.
Oh shit!
He was filling out paperwork after doing a bedbug job that paid $1,100 in cash. The technician's driver window was rolled halfway down, and a guy came up to him wearing a ski mask. How cliche. Pistol whipped our tech, held the gun to his head, and got off with an $1,100 company cash, as well as around $300 personal cash that the tech had on him.
Good God.
A police report was filed, but the owners of my company, who happened to be my parents, required the technician to reimburse the company the $1,100 of company cash stolen. This
What the?
technician has worked for us for approximately 13 years. Wow.
Oh my God.
Okay. You know something? I God, I mean, we've had situations like this happen before. I know of a certain branch of the Scarlet Letter where this happened. Funny thing is that actually ended up, I believe, being an inside job.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So, I'm not saying that this was the case, and I hope to God it wasn't. But holy shit!
Kind of makes you think, though.
Well, all I can say is I hope that the guy who held this technician up is gets caught and is brought to justice and is ends up married to the guy with the most packets of ramen noodles.
Yes, I happen to say I hope that he wakes up every single morning with Whoopi Goldberg's butthole right over his nose.
Ooh! Oh my God! Yeah. And to the owners of the company who required the technician to reimburse the company the $1,100 of company cash that was stolen, I hope on Christmas Eve you go to bed and you wake up close to midnight with the ghost of Jacob Marley waiting for you, rattling chains, a dick fully engorged, and I hope he sticks that dick directly up your ass and gives and delivers you the ghost of Christmas past, present, and future all in one load.
That's correct. I hope that you jump out of bed to have to take a shit in an emergency, and there's Legos all the way from the bed to the bathroom. That's what I hope.
Ow, shit. Oh. Yeah, God. Yeah.
That was
Wow.
rough, man. Fucking stick that dude for that much money.
Oh, I know. That shame on you guys. It's like shame on you indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Show.
Yeah. So I got another one here. And they say, and they were excited about this. They were like, I have a you can suck it.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I've been with my company for 5 years. I get my work done. I sell. Customers compliment me all the time. We have a commercial client that owns a chain of restaurants. I used to service a handful of them, and the owners have allegedly been raving about my work for several months.
Nice.
I no longer service commercial properties, all residential now. I get a call from upper management offering less money to start servicing these restaurants again. What?
Less money. Fuck you.
Less money. Yes, that's. I think we had a salesman that was actually his name was Less Money.
Oh my God.
While insisting that I could make up the difference with sales and pick up work from elsewhere. That was my favorite thing when I heard about, I was talking about maybe getting a little bump in my back. This person said, you want to make more, sell more. And then proceeds to, make me give my leads to somebody else.
What the fuck?
Anyway, so anyway, let's go back to the story. I told them I couldn't afford a pay cut, and they insisted it's not a pay cut. We would never screw you over like that.
Mm-hmm.
A pay cut to service restaurants. Oh, and they claim that they need me to swoop in and save the day, saying, I need you to be like Iron Man, fly in and save the day. For less money, you can suck it.
Now, see, the people that lie to you and promise you, oh, no, we're not going to screw you over. We've got your best interests in mind. I hope that every orgasm of yours going forward comes out like rancid, large curd cottage cheese.
Ooh. Oh,
that's what I hope for you.
Yeah. I hope you never have another orgasm again as long as you live, cottage cheese or not. Can you imagine that life? Can you imagine that life?
No, actually, I can't.
Oh,
you must just fucking shoot me. You must just shoot me. Just fucking shoot me now.
Oh, man. I hope your dog treats you with an air of indifference every time you come home.
Yeah, what the fuck? It's you're home. Fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you're home? Yeah, right. Yeah. You know what? You were a little tardy with the food bowl yesterday. So I left you a little reminder. I left you a little reminder on top of your bed.
Right on your pillow.
Yeah, that's right. Right on your pillow. And that is no mint.
Yep. I got one for you. And I'm going to read Dak.
I'm sorry, Jack. Before you start on that, there's a little bit more.
Oh.
After for less money, you can suck it. This person said no. Off the record, they opened the phone call by showering me with compliments and then offering the cut in pay while insisting it isn't a pay cut and getting mad when I said no. Oh, yeah. This could be a great opportunity. We could train someone to take over your route. Why would I give up steady work for less pay and even more work? Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that shit, man. That's
all day long.
That's them trying to keep from losing accounts and throwing whoever they can under the bus to try to save it. That's what that is.
Yeah.
So fuck that. Fuck that. I got one here. I'll have to do some on the fly redacting here.
Okay.
Let's see. I gotta leave like the first couple sentences out. The story is long, but I'll try to shorten it. This guy, and I'm gonna call him Asshat, worked with me at another company for more than 10 years. At that time, on a Saturday around 9 a.m., he called me frantically, saying that his mother, who lives in a distant city, was coming to visit him, got off at one of the bus stops, got lost, and the bus left without her. He asked me if he could borrow my car so he could go pick her up, which was about an hour away. I said yes, and he took my car and disappeared. He didn't answer his cell phone, texts, nothing. So I went by motorcycle to his house and asked his wife if she had heard from him. She replied, I spoke to his mother 5 minutes ago. She's at her house. The guy came back around 11 p.m. He dropped off the car and left, saying he would explain everything the next day. The next day, he told me that he had gone to meet another woman and spent the day with her. I was furious and was determined to report what had happened to the company on Monday. When I got to the office, I thought, the guy has a baby at home and he's the only one working. I won't say anything to the company to avoid getting him fired. So it stayed. Years passed, and my current boss, just after opening the company, I was working elsewhere at the time, called me and said, I'm going to hire a guy named Asshat. I wonder what he's like, but I need someone experienced urgently. I then said, I don't trust him, but the decision's yours, and the guy was hired. A few years later, I was hired by the company where I am now. Asshat was still working here and promised my boss, who was also my friend, that I wouldn't let past issues interfere with the company. And so, about 4 years went by. Recently, this asshat resigned. About 40 days later, on a Friday afternoon, we were at the company having some beers. And he said, you've seen photos. I have seen photos. And asshat, being all friendly, showed up with a car wrapped in his company logo, wearing a uniform, saying he had started his own business. Here it takes 3 to 4 months to open a new pest control company. He claimed to already have several important clients and mentioned that he was going to bring on board another guy who works at a company owned by another friend of ours. He said this guy would bring in many clients from that other company. The next day I went to lunch at my boss's house and he told me, laughing, Asshat didn't want me to hire you. After he left yesterday, he sent me messages saying he didn't say anything because you were nearby, but that I should be careful with you because you're friends with the guys from the other company and that you help them by passing information from here to there and that you're not trustworthy.
Oh, fuck.
Obviously, all lies.
Holy shit.
Fuck you, asshat.
Oh, fuck you. No kidding. I hope the next cream-filled donut he bites into is warm, salty, and has a hint of bleach.
Oh, yes. I hope he falls screaming naked out of a helicopter and lands butthole first on a pile of Legos. That's what I hope.
The next time he gets into kinky sex with some chick and she handcuffs his ass to the bed, fucking she leaves and his mom walks in.
I hope every time you wipe your ass, there's always poop. No matter how many times you wipe it, always poop.
And I also hope that his mom begins to undress.
Oh, hey, since I got you there.
Yeah. Let's talk about time for your allowance. Damn. Let's see. Okay, we got another one here. Got called out for a wildlife trapping. Lady kept insisting she had skunks under house. I inspected the hole under her foundation. And the access panels in the bathroom to the crawl space. I kept telling her she had possums, not skunks. She wanted to fight over this, kept insisting she had skunks, And she knew what she was talking about while I was an obvious idiot who didn't know how to do my job. I then set up traps and baited with junk food, Twinkies, a jelly donut, trash food. I'm sorry, Twinkies and a jelly donut are not trash food. Anyway, but she then went about it's trash food. It's like high fiber, keto, gluten free. That's trash food.
Beyond Burgers, those are trash food.
Beyond Burgers, yeah. My lovely bride Ellen used to be a vegetarian until I finally showed her the errors of her ways. And good man. Morningstar Farms, like they were called grillers. Oh, they were disgusting. Tasted like school hamburgers.
Oh,
yeah. And now I know why. Now I know why you could get a school lunch for 10 cents back when I was a kid. And it's like because they were using sawdust to make a hamburgers.
Yeah.
Okay, that was using. Then she went on to ask went on about how much of an idiot I was for using that as bait. I asked her to let me trap my way for 3 days, and if I didn't catch anything, I'd do it her way after that. She was mad, but let me attempt it. 3 possums later, and I was able to tell her, this is why you pay me, because I'm more than just renting out a couple of cages. God damn, it just blows me away how many people, and at least in my 30 some odd years of doing this work, think they know how to do the job better than I do. Why did you fucking call us?
I'm not a pest control expert, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's fucking Google experts can go fuck off. All of them can fuck off.
Yeah, so it's almost like William Dafoe. I just keep seeing this image of Willem Dafoe, and they're going, I'm something of an entomologist myself. Like, God damn.
Well, my brother's uncle's sister's mother happened to say that that's a skunk. Oh, yeah. It's one of those light tan earth tone skunks with the naked tail. That's what it is.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, man. We had one over at the Scarlet Letter, and I know there's a certain person that lives in Avon that can attest to this, that would always tell us every time she called, hi, this is... And I'm the one that lives over on the west side that's got the brother who's an entomologist in Arizona or New fucking Mexico or something like that. And she would always lead off the phone calls with that. Like, like I was supposed to roll out some sort of crimson carpet for her just because, she had a brother that's an entomologist. A, the guy was retired. B, if he was anywhere near her age, he was old as fuck. And most of the insects that he studied are extinct. And so it's like, God damn, man. Yes. Okay, fine. What do you want? And yeah, I know Jay Talbert out there can attest to this and how much he really deeply loved that woman.
Well, my singular you can suck it for them is I hope they get a paper cut on their taint.
Ooh, oh my God. Yeah. And I hope that paper cut leads all the way up to the underside of their just where the opening starts.
Right at the urethra.
Urethra Franklin, yeah. Yes. That's for the lack of RESPECT you showed that technician.
That's right.
Yeah. You know what? And sometimes, Jack, our urethras do tend to get a little bit, sluggish and clogged up and stuff. So, that's when it's time for the urethra sounding rod.
Oh, yes.
Surgical steel.
Yes.
That you can only get with the purchase of a Tony Spangler tumbler from SpanglerArt.com. Jack, look at that. What a sexy beast is on that tumbler.
I have a limited edition. The limited edition penis tumbler. See?
Penis. Yeah. Got that penis tumbler. I'm sorry, but you look an awful lot like Bert Kreischer on that.
I do, but at least I keep my shirt on.
But yeah. God, that is one shirtless dad bod right there. I'll tell you what, man. Yeah, Bert's the man though.
No, he is. He's the machine.
He is the machine. Yeah. I mean, what was it? It was called Bert the Conqueror. That's when I first got turned on to Bert Kreischer.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm probably, hacking up his last name, but who gives a fuck? If you don't like it, you too can suck it. But anyway, Back to Tony and his tumblers, man. I mean,
Yes.
this is a piece. This is a piece of fine workmanship right here. It's got a nice high shine to it, and any image that you could think of, I'm telling you, I've always said it. If you can think it, Tony can make it, and this is no exception right here. He's got his over there with the penis on it, and I've got mine with the emblem of my favorite group, and of course this handsome bastard right here.
That's right. Look at that.
And this even handsomer bastard right here.
Yes, that's true.
And I know you can't see it because my camera on my computer sucks. But the images, the graphics and stuff, they're very sharp. They're very clean.
Oh yeah.
And as far as the tumbler itself, you can put a bunch of ice in this thing, and then go to bed or pass out, as I'm probably going to do tonight. And then you wake up the next morning and you're all dehydrated. When you've had too much drink, you get up, you're wondering, it's like your nose is dry, your mouth is dry, your throat's dry, your farts are dry, everything's dry. And you're just like, God, man, I could use something cold to drink. It's there for you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
I did that this morning. Yeah, just so you know about the details, even the dildo here has a vein in it. You can even see that it's veiny.
Wow,
right there.
It does.
It's veiny.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, me too.
I'm absolutely impressed.
Right on that rubber penis.
Yeah, but mine doesn't contain any veiny dildos. But I somehow get over it. Why? Because I've always got this to get me by.
That's right.
The good old urethra sounding rod. This comes with every one of them. And let's not forget that when you do get a little tipsy and a little clumsy, the rubber bottom is there to save
rubber bottom
from certain disaster by knocking it over or scooting it off the table or whatever.
You know that there's the word ass is right in the middle of disaster.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I know for sure that Tony has tested this against a team of 15 cats, and they have not been able to scoosh it over to the edge of the table and knock it off because that rubber holds fast, and it's there, and your drink is not going to go on the floor. Unless you spike it like a ball, but why would you do that with such a fine piece of?
I know you don't abuse such beauty. You don't abuse such craftsmanship and handiwork.
Mm-hmm, exactly. So again, Tony Spangler, SpanglerArt.com. He's got this. He's got tons of other ones.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's not just anything. Pesticide labels, pictures, AI images, dildos. Whatever you want, if you could think it, he can make it. Tony Spangler Tumblers at SpanglerArt.com. Please give him a try. He's definitely got details from the Crawl Space seal of approval.
Great for birthday commemoration, things like that. You can send him pictures of family, pets, whatever, and he can make a hell of a masterpiece out of it.
Birthdays, graduations, funerals, bar mitzvahs, brisses, whatever. He can. I
want everybody walking around
with an image of a cut off foreskin on here for you for your bris.
Oh, for my funeral, I want everybody walking around with a Tony Spangler tumbler with my fucking face on it. Hell yeah!
Oh, hell yeah, yep.
Celebrate that shit, motherfucker.
Yeah, we're gonna fill them with wax, put a wick in, and make one of them Mexican candles.
That's right.
And
you have to put a Bluetooth speaker in the coffin with me, so when they get ready to bury me, it goes penis.
Penis. Yeah. Nah, I'm gonna put a microphone in there so we can hear that last fart. Where all the gases you leave your body. And it's like. Part of the angels.
Oh my God. I got a story one day I'll tell you about a woman that kind of passed out in the mall because it was super hot outside and she was wearing a muumuu. She was gigantic and she farted and it sounded like the gas leaving a dying but bloated whale that was laying on the beach. And I had to turn around with my nephew to keep from laughing right in her face because her muumuu billowed. It was
with
bad.
The wind that was escaping her. Oh,
yes,
wow.
It was a billowing muumuu. So that was. I'll never forget that. It was. Oh my God!
I'm sorry, I wasn't there to witness it.
I'm sorry, you were too.
I'll tell you why. If you're in for high entertainment, you're talking about a whale. I mean, it's a really, really old ass video, but you know what I'm going to say, right?
Yes, I do.
That whale. It's like they had this whale die on the beach somewhere. And they fucking tried to. They couldn't figure out how to get it. It was too big to drag back into the water. Mm-hmm. They didn't want it sitting there because it was getting real stanky, and you know how rotting corpses are. They stink. So somebody come up with the brilliant idea of filling it full of explosives, or no, wait, I think did they fill it or they set
They
it up?
they packed it around it full of what,
Okay,
TNT?
yeah. And then they detonated it, and everybody was there watching it because it was like a big event in this town, and they blew that fucker up, and they were saying like car-sized pieces of this fucking whale
Landing on people's cars and shit.
It on people's cars. People were running for their lives away from like nasty fetid whale chunks. Even the fucking seagulls were like, "What the fuck just happened?" Everybody was just like freaking out and shit. God, it was great. Every couple of years, I have to find it and look at it. It's just probably one of the most fucking awesome pieces of human stupidity that is out there.
That is Brad's 2 Girls 1 Cup. That's what that is.
It is my 2 Girls 1 Cup. Only I can definitely get off a lot easier on that whale blowing up the yeah. I used to own French bulldogs, and they're notoriously coprophagic. So it's like I didn't have to watch that video. I just look at my dog Bella, and it's like,
what's eating there?
Never stop. Yeah, I went to the vet one time with Bella, and she's like licking the lady's face, and she goes, "Hey, is there anything else we can help you out? Can you talk to us about coprophagia?" She goes, "Well, I wish you would have told me that before the dog started licking my face." I said, "We wanted you to get first-hand experience of it." Oh God, I miss that dog. Shit breath dog.
Yeah, I was gonna say that breath couldn't have been good.
Oh no, that breath was hideous, man. Yeah, Jesus
That's
Christ.
ass breath.
Yeah. All right, let's see. We got an anonymous employee here who said, earlier in the year, I was given 3 days to find a new job because someone with better leadership skills could handle an employee I was attempting to fire for falsified documentation, lying to customers, among other things. Luckily, someone higher up caught wind and made me a position closer to home to keep me in the company. The employee I was trying to terminate was fired 3 days after they kicked me out. Now, the area I was over has absolutely tanked, not hitting profits or budget. Multiple staff has quit, and I was the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, Jack? These are the stories that actually need no insults because this person, they got their karma right off the bat.
Good.
Good. Exactly. I mean, when you're in a shithole situation like that, and probably the worst thing that you could do, the best way to stick the blade into their spinal column deep as you can is to actually, leave or, move somewhere else, get relocated or whatever, and let them flounder around, like, let them flop around for a while and see how they like it.
That's true. That's very true.
I mean, because that's what I would have hoped for them in an insult. So, but it's already happened. So
let them flounder.
Yeah, this one is a nice, tidy little package. So it's like
comes all wrapped up in a bow.
Exactly, wrapped up in a bow. We got the problem, we got the insult, we got the solution. So yeah, very good. Okay, another one real quick. Here's my story. As this anonymous person said, had a GPC client for a while. When we visited, she would always have something to bitch about. Not about us, about everyone and everything else, from politics to whether or not the earth was flat. This lady had something awful to say about everything. One day, my husband was at her house knocking on the door and windows to get her to answer the door for service. I was working from home that day, and my husband asked me to try and call her because she could see that she was home. She just must not have heard him knocking. He could see her in the kitchen through the window. Jesus Christ.
God.
I tried calling and no answer. So my husband did the service and left. A few hours later, I get a call from her asking when we will be by for the service. I explained that my husband was there and did it already and that we knocked and called. The lady proceeds to fly off the fucking handle, calls me a liar, and baldface tells me that we were never there that day.
Oh, God.
We are honest people, right down to the bone. So when it comes to when someone accuses me of being dishonest, I consider those fighting words. I let her have it and even offered her proof that we were there. Our service app doesn't allow you to check into the location if you're too far away from it, so I offered to send her the GPS that showed my husband was on the property. She said those can be manipulated so that it would do no good. Yeah, because that's how they get you, huh, honey?
Oh, yeah.
I told
We're
her
to put that much fucking effort into it.
Oh, Christ. Yeah. I told her that my husband had even seen her in the kitchen and knocked on the window trying to get her attention. Lies! You were never here today. So I told her that our business was concluded, and she flipped the script on me and said, "Look how you are speaking to me right now. This isn't professional. I still want service. Not on my watch, crazy lady.
Nope.
Not on my watch." The moral of this story is when someone spews nothing but negativity from their mouth, it is foolish for you to assume that you will never be the subject of their hatred.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch, ouch, ouch. I had one at Terminix when I was at the Big Green Tea. And I knocked on the door, and I knocked, and I knocked, and I knew they were there. I could hear them moving around and shit. I did the outside, and I left. They called raising hell because I didn't get the service done on the inside. And when the manager asked me about it, I told her, I said they were there, and then she proceeded to say, "Yes, we were here, but we chose not to answer the door." What the fuck am I supposed to do then?
Right.
Other than my job, which I did. I was there. And this was before GPC or GPS. This is before, this was before cell phones. I had a fucking map book, but
ADC map.
Yeah, I chose. And this is even before people started choosing not to answer their fucking doors.
Fucking people. Well, look.
Which brings me to another thing. Jack, I don't know. I don't think you might have been out of the business, and by the business I do mean the industry, long enough to not have had to encounter this. But they make signs nowadays. I mean, you can buy them on Amazon and shit that say stuff like "baby sleeping," "dog is unhinged," "please don't knock," "please don't ring the doorbell." How the fuck am I supposed to answer the door or get you to the door then? What, fucking start a fire in your porch and blow smoke under the door?
Right.
It's like, they want you to text us. No, I'm not texting you because the minute I text you, you got my phone number. And you're going to be fucking calling me at 9 o'clock on a Sunday night and say, "Well, I saw an ant in my driveway. This isn't working. What can we be done?" That kind of shit.
That is the beauty of a Google Voice number. That's what that is.
No, that's the beauty of answering your fucking door and letting me knock on it.
True.
Like, God damn, this is just another example of the breakdown of modern human society.
Well, like I've had to go to someone's slider at the back of the house and kind of wave to them like, "Hey, I'm here. Your door said not to ring or knock or nothing, so I'm out here being quiet, waving my hand at you." So
I'm actually considering getting a flashlight with one of those really bright strobe features and just sticking it up to the front window and just kind of bewilder them into coming in.
My God.
Mm-hmm. But to those people and this people, I say, I hope that baby wakes up every time you fart.
I hope that you wake up with a naked Rosie O'Donnell next to you every single morning, trying to show you how she's a cunning linguist.
Oh, stop. My penis can only get so erect, Jack.
Little turgid.
Little turgid. That's right. Yeah. Oh, man.
All right, I got one. From Mr. IT. That's the name I was asked to use, IT. I had a client for a little over a year on a monthly service. I used several boxes of rat traps and as much rodenticide as humanly possible on the outside of this home in secured bait stations. Always got twice weekly callbacks during the summertime. Every time I went there, every single door to the home was wide open to, quote, "let fresh air in." Every time I tried to bring my professional advice that he needs to close his house up during peak months of the year, he would just brush it off and then proceed to brag about how rich he was and how many women half his age he was banging. I finally got sick of it and canceled him last month. Mr. Know-It-All, you can suck a bag of Johnsons. I hope every cradle you rob thinks of you like their absent father instead of their boyfriend with the deep pocketbook. Go be somebody else's problem.
Oh, my God. Okay, that's just sick. That is so fucking sick.
And it's the people that just don't fucking listen. Everybody's got one. Everybody listening has a fucking customer that just doesn't listen. They're assholes. The word for that is called an asshole. They'll ask you what they need to do to help resolve the problem because everybody knows that pest control is a two-way street. Because if they keep having a nasty fucking place that's wide open, you're going to keep having problems no matter what you do. So they'll say, well, what can I do? And you explain it to them, and they don't fucking do it.
And they don't fucking do it. Exactly. Jesus Christ.
So that's assholes. And I'm going to go back to the previous thing. If anybody out there does not know, Google will give you a free phone number that you use with your existing phone. You're not losing your number. You're just adding this little app with its own phone number on it. Use that to contact your customers. Never give them your personal number because they will call you at 3 o'clock in the morning when they find one ant on their countertop when they're taking a shit after Taco Bell night.
I'll tell you what I need, Jack. I need something that generates a random phone. You know, like you know how a garage door opener will reset a code every fucking time. You know, they got those. I need one of those with like phone numbers.
A random phone number generator?
Yeah, random phone number generator that my phone just, you know, when I send out a text to a particular person, it just sends it as a different phone number every fucking time. So they can't get at me like that, you know, because I don't know how many goddamn times I will go to a customer at the point of sale. I will say, if you have a question, at a point to the office number, this is the number you need to call. Right. I've even gone so far as scratching out my cell phone number on the business card. So they would call that number, and still they managed to get a hold of me.
Well, the one thing I like about Google Voice is it has a do not disturb switch where you don't get any text, you don't get any voicemails or nothing, but it saves it in the inbox for you to check when you clock back into work the next Monday.
What I have ended up doing, Jack, is once I get done with the sale, I'll leave it. But once I get done with the actual service and that warranty kicks in, I'll go ahead and block their number off my phone. And if they can't get a hold of me, they got one of my cards, they can call the office number.
Right.
And
right.
That's worked pretty good. A couple have fallen through the cracks. I had one just last weekend, and they were cool about it. I just said, it's Sunday, please call the office, and at blah 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 blah. And they did it, and everything was cool. And they weren't upset. I wasn't upset. It was great. But you don't get that all the time. It's
no.
the ones that you go do a bed bug job with, say something like apprehend, and less than 18 hours later they're texting you, I got them crawling everywhere still. What did you do? I was like, what did I do? I did my fucking job. And if you'd have fucking listened to me when I was doing my job, you wouldn't be calling me right now. They can suck it as well.
Yes, they can. They most certainly can.
All right, pack a lunch, Jack. We're getting into the long ones.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
All right. Get your feet set. Maybe lean up a little bit, get some blood in that one ass cheek.
All right, Miss Stretch. 7th inning stretch. Gotcha. Okay.
There you go. 7th inning stretch. There you go. Okay, on 3. Hey, Brad. Huge fan of the podcast. And yes, I left that in there just because. I sent a You Can Suck It story via the text link on the podcast, but my phone has never been superb at sending SMS. So I figured I'd send it here as well with some tweaks. Don't ask me why I put all that on there. Sorry in advance for the long story, but this dude is such a jerk, and I haven't had anyone to vent to about it, and I still deal with his assholeishness. New word of the day. Every time I see this assholeishness. Every time I see this dish rag. I'm thinking she might have said douchebag, but it auto-corrected. But anyway.
Dish rag works.
Dish rag, yeah. I prefer dish rag. Yeah, it's more wholesome. When I first started at my company almost 2 years ago, I had no pest control experience, but extensive experience with bugs and rodents, as I think they're awesome and keep tons as pets and have bred mice and rats in the past. They put me under one of the senior managers. Let's call him Dick. Dick clearly didn't get enough hugs growing up because he was an absolute Richard to his entire team and was especially hard on me. They said hard on.
Boobs, fire, boobs, fire.
I am Cornelio. When other techs found out what team I was on, they all hit me with, good luck. He made me cry numerous times in the first few months at the company. He would micromanage obsessively and constantly berate me when I was literally just training. When I first got to my route, When I first got my route, he'd babysit me constantly, asking me why it took me 20 minutes to get from one stop to another. Because it's fucking 20 minutes away, dick. I have not yet unlocked teleportation, but I'm working on it. I suffer from chronic kidney stones and other related issues. So when I gotta go now. And as a woman, I can't just pull over and go in a bottle. Truly, us vagina having people have it rough out in the field when it comes to relieving ourselves. She's got a point there. I was still new and not comfortable asking my clients, so I'd run to Wawa, which was right in the middle of my route. This was unacceptable to my manager. He would yell at me and get on my ass constantly about this, so eventually I just started holding it so he would stop yelling at me.
Oh my God.
I ended up getting a pretty severe infection from holding it for too long, and I was sick on my ass. This combined with the constant micromanaging and general shitty behavior from him really took a toll on me, combined with the fact that I was in a highly abusive relationship at the time, made me start dreading coming to work. Everyone hates Dick. Well, not everyone hates Dick. But anyway, I digress. Well, and while I do respect his knowledge, he needs a major attitude adjustment. He was constantly hounding his entire team and not just me. He refused to get me chemicals when I needed to perform treatments. Fuckhead. He literally handed me a single bottle of Demand and told me to just treat everything with it. Ants, yellow jackets, preventive, you name it. I had to get chemicals from the senior tech for months.
Jesus Christ.
I approached my branch manager about changing teams, and he sweet-talked me into giving Dick another chance. On my first day with him, I asked about lunch breaks, and he told me that only lazy technicians take lunch breaks. I'm going to stop there. It's not only lazy technicians take lunch breaks. It's like only good schedulers provide lunch breaks, and lazy technicians don't survive at this company. And even though my current manager encourages me to take breaks and constantly reminds me that he's not Dick, the damage was done, so I just don't eat or take breaks. I work 70 plus hours a week here, even in off season, plus a part-time job, just to make ends meet, and often go days without food because of the pay.
Jesus Christ.
Ultimately, I got another large kidney stone and had to go for surgery. I let Dick know over a month in advance that I would be out that day for surgery and put in for a sick day, as I would be under anesthesia and would be able to drive or work my route after waking up. Please bear in mind that I literally never call out. When I wake up and get back home, I check my work phone and see that Richard has left me a message. The message was basically, this was unacceptable. If you get sick again, there will be disciplinary action, which may result in your termination. That is a litigious offense right there.
Mm-hmm. It sure is.
This was my breaking point. I had already begun the interviewing process at other companies, and even though I was new, the two companies I interviewed with were excited to have a female tech, and I had good offers on the table. I went to my branch manager, explained the message and what was said, and showed them and told them I have offers on the table from other companies. Either you get me off Dick's team within the next 2 weeks, or this is my 2 weeks' notice. I never stand up for myself against authority figures, but I was beyond furious. I had cleared that day over a month in advance and had personally moved my clients around so that I could still get my route done in time. I didn't call out. I scheduled a day off for surgery. I'd been working in agony for over a week at that point with over 1 centimeter kidney. Oh, God.
My God.
I passed one that couldn't have been a millimeter, and it about damn near killed me.
Jesus.
Thankfully, my branch manager caved and did get me on another team. Dick is to this day a raging asshole to me every time we interact, even though I haven't been on this team in almost a year and a half now. He still refuses to get me chemicals and generally treats me with disrespect and disdain. He shows up for 2 hours, does nothing but yell at his technicians, and takes a 30-minute shit, and then goes home. I'm not mad anymore. I just don't know why he's so unpleasant. Dick, you can fucking suck it for threatening to fire me over having to have surgery. And I hope the next time you have pop brownies, you say, these edibles ain't shit and eat way too much to spend the night bent over the toilet throwing up enough THC to kill a medium-sized raccoon.
I will say this.
Oh, my God.
Whoever you are, stopping at a Wawa, that means you're somewhere near me. Because Wawa's a mid-Atlantic thing. I want to know who this dick is. Oh my God, I want to reach out and touch somebody.
Yeah. And for me, it's like I don't live in that area, but I have visited that area and passed through. And if you had to stop at a Wawa, you really had to go because those fucking things are dumps.
Oh, the bathrooms are disgusting. I mean, you might as well just like ice skate on the urine to get to the urinal, which is probably filled with shit because no one wanted to use the toilet.
That is no shit, man. I mean, I can believe it's like I didn't have to ask the guy where the bathroom was. I could just follow my nose. It was disgusting. And then when
It always knows.
Yeah, it was like slide on over to the toilet, take a leak, spin around, slide on out. Did I wash my hands? No, because the sink, it looked like somebody had shit in it too. So yeah, I mean, my hat's off to you just for being able to piss in a Wawa, let alone anything else, and sitting down as you are, of course, a woman, as you mentioned in your story. So yeah.
Oh, I got to tell you, I had a poop emergency once, and I ran into the wrong bathroom in Target. And as I was sitting in the stall, because I was like, it's kind of weird, there's no urinals in here. And I sat down in the stall, and I see someone with high heels. I'm like, either I'm in the wrong bathroom or that's a cross-dresser. But I got to tell you, women's bathrooms are heinous.
Oh,
they're disgusting.
Yeah, we think men's bathrooms are bad.
Oh, God, no. Women are horrible.
Like, oh, good God, what the fuck has happened in here? Oh, man. It reminds me of a movie I saw a long time ago. It's called My Favorite Year. It had Peter O'Toole in it. He played this movie star, and that had a really bad drinking problem and everything. And he staggered into this lady's.
So he played himself.
He basically played himself. Yeah.
Okay.
So he walks into this ladies' room, and the woman that was in there, who happened to be Selma Diamond, another great actress, looks at him and goes, "This is for ladies only." And he whips out his dick and he goes, "And so is this, ma'am, but sometimes I have to run a little water through it."
I got to tell you a quick Peter O'Toole story. I went to see him do Camelot in D.C. at the Warner Theater. He was so fucking hammered in the middle of the show, he sat down on the edge of the stage, apologized for his drunkenness, and the rest of the show was a Q&A with drunken Peter O'Toole sitting on the edge of the stage. And
that had to be fucking marvelous.
It was awesome. I was 3 rows away. I was 3 rows away from him, and it was the coolest thing. But yeah, I didn't get to see the rest of Camelot. But I got to listen to Peter O'Toole talk about his life, slurring his words the entire time. It was glorious.
Oh, how great! Yeah, that is awesome. No, but yeah, definitely my favorite year. One of the funniest movies ever.
I'll have to check it out.
Absolutely, my favorite year. It's it's got Joe Bologna's in it, and it's just really good.
Nice.
And anyway, so we've got one here. I'm gonna change the name to some of this stuff. Okay, let's see. Sam Handsome, the branch manager over at Hawk Tua's, can suck it. LOL.
Mm-hmm.
Starting back in January, I was going above and beyond for every customer, every service, and I actually got ranked in a company-wide contest they call Beast Mode. I was the only one from our office that got ranked, and he didn't say anything about it. Then after the contest was over, we had another one called NPS March Madness, where each tech pushed these surveys hard on customers. Well, not only did I finish the top 3 at our branch, we also won the entire tournament. This guy mentioned that he would have awards for his starting 5, quotes. He chose not to do that for some reason after telling all the techs at a meeting he would. Then he awarded the award for winning this tournament was supposed to be a half day off work and steaks cooked for us at the office. Management decided to change that and just do hamburgers and hot dogs to save money and forced us to share with the seasonal door-to-door sales team that wasn't even there when the contest was.
I was going to say this whole thing smacks of Donnie and Marie. It just smacks of Donnie and Marie.
Yeah, that sounds like something that Hawks Tua Pest Control would do. Then, at last, and kind of the breaking point, we had our performance reviews. Reflecting on the first half of the year, word had spread that his favorites, who he had made painfully obvious who they were, each got a $1 raise, while others got 25 cents or less. I myself, after all the stuff I said above, received 0, And when I tried to professionally ask him about it, he flat out ignored me every time. Then our branch was so far ahead on work that if we wanted a full 40 hours, we had to drive over to Ohio and help the home of the Reds branch because they were behind. Yeah. You can suck it.
Fucking Donnie and Marie. They can suck it so hard. We actually have an entire episode devoted to the shittiness of Donnie and Marie Pest Control.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Donnie and Marie Pest. Yeah. In this case, you can soak it.
Yeah.
You can soak
I don't know. Is sucking allowed because it's not actual intercourse, at least not as far as the U.S. government's concerned? I did not have sex with that woman. But I don't know how that works. But I tell you what, you can take that extra little special religious book and shove it so far up your ass, you got to put your hand down your throat, turn the pages.
Oh, Jesus. Yep. Yeah, no duh. Oof. Okay. Let's see. I got another one here.
All right. I got one after you.
All right. Good. Yeah. This is going to wrap me up here.
All right.
Okay. There was this Italian restaurant, real nice inside, shockingly. Wood fire pizza, coffee bar, the works. I already know where this is. Flip side, it was also far the worst job I've had in a long time. Roaches took over the kitchen and basement. Obviously, nobody called until a customer saw one on the floor. Took over the account. When I did my own initial inspection treatment, that's when I found out how bad it was. The kitchen was more clean in Ed Gein's house. All right. Extra points for the Ed Gein reference, okay?
Uh-huh.
Easily about 4 inches of grease by the fryers, piles of coffee grind spills in the corner, holes in the pizza oven. It was like I was in Wonka's Wonderland and held new surprises. Go talk to the kitchen manager, explain that they need to be cleaning at night underneath things as well. I was then told that all the equipment was bolted into the floor and the wall so they couldn't be moved. Now, that statement is something I've never heard in my 30 years of life. Forrest Gump even knew not to bolt down kitchen equipment. That's some shit. Fast forward to 2 months ago, they canceled the service. I've never been so happy, yet sad in this profession until then. Months of hard work finding colonies and holes where they kept reinfesting, gone. Kind of ticked me off. The whole kicker on this isn't the account. The day I went to remove my devices, because I do that, Dorkin was there to start up. Tempting to be nice and friendly, I went over to the guy who was training a new guy and let him know where the hidden spots were to kick it faster. Immediately, he knew he was going to be a snozzberry licker, and he got cocky about already going through 3 boxes of bait. Not sure if he was having a bad day or what, but Mr. Redenbacher, you can suck on them popcorn seeds you promote so much on your night job.
Very nice.
Yeah, I've got a really cold, hard, dark, dead spot in my heart for pest techs that are cocky to other pest techs. You know, it's like dude, we are totally all in this together, and you know, for you to talk to another tech like shit is just that is the ultimate of prickishness. I'm sorry. What? It was an assholeishness.
Assholeishness.
That is the pinnacle of assholeishness on your behalf.
That's right.
And I don't care. I don't care if you do it in the field. I don't care if you do it to each other in meetings. I don't in conferences. I don't care if you do it on the depot, the graveyard, whatever fucking place you do it. We're in this together. We need to work together. Yes, we can be competitive, and we are definitely competitive. I don't think, God, I can't think of another field industry that is more competitive than ours, Jack.
Agreed.
And but we've got a lot in common. We've got a lot of the same things. We got a lot of the same customers that wish that we wish ill will on that they can suck it. And it's just a total waste of energy and time to treat each other like that. So if you're one of those people that does that and they think they're just better than everybody else, you can totally. I'm not even going to say you can suck it, because the act of sucking you may derive some pleasure from. So why don't you just take that tiny
choke on it?
Why don't you just take that tiny little dick of yours, tear it off the front, and go fuck yourself?
Oh.
because I
There you
ain't
go.
done with it, man. I 33 fucking years, man. I'm really getting goddamn tired of these little, and the same way with managers and shit. Your fucking khaki pants wearing. I got my keys hooked onto my belt loop, clicking on, clanging all around as you're walking down the hallway.
Hey now.
Incredibly cocksuckerish to one of your technicians who goes out there every fucking morning before you're even out of bed taking your first piss, fucking doing your job to make sure that you look good, and then you're going to end up treating them like shit. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I got you on that one.
All right, I'm done.
Rant over.
Rant over for now.
Well, look, the technician that you're a dick to might just be a cheese bag, so think about that before you start acting like an asshat.
Exactly, and I'm going to put that out there too. You cheese bags, if you ever get treated like that to another pest technician out in the field, let us know on PCHD, Pest Control Huber Depot, my favorite group. Yeah, we'll do what we got to do.
That's right. We look after our own. Damn right.
Yes, we do.
All right, I got a doozy for you.
Okay,
I got.
Wait.
All right, I need to whet my palate. All right. The ultimate you can suck it story for you. Hold on to your hats, seats, and anything else that you deem necessary. Back in my second year of pest control, a guy from a different company, one named after a direction on a compass, was poached and started working at my branch. I didn't really like him. Huge ego and all around kind of douchey. We will call him Fat Flunky. I kept my distance. I kept my distance from him, which wasn't too hard considering I was the farthest guy out, being over 2 hours away from the office. Everyone thought he was just the best thing to happen to pest control. No idea why. After about 6 months of him working at our branch, I had some totes from the office that needed to go back. He had a friend that lived in our small town that he visited frequently. My branch manager asked for me to take the totes to the friend's house, and Fat Flunky would grab them and bring them back to the office. Cool. Less driving for me. I do just that. No problem. The following Monday shows up, and I get a call from my branch manager telling me that I'm getting fired for shooting metal BBs with a wrist rocket at cats and killing one and severely injuring another. Obviously, I'm totally freaked out and pissed. I tell him I had nothing to do with that. Once I get off the phone with him, I call my wife and I tell her. She starts searching the local Facebook groups because something like that has been on there. She found it and immediately got a hold of the guy whose cat was injured and says he saw the guy doing it. She asks him what that pest company's tech looked like. He explains what the guy looked like and who he has talked to through the company. Apparently, he had the direct number to the regional manager. She found a picture of me and of the other tech and then sent them to the guy and asked him which one it was. He said he wasn't 100% sure, but he thinks it was the other tech, as in not me, but Fat Flunky.
Right.
She then asked me for the regional manager's cell phone number, not to use, but to compare. She asked the guy what number he had, and I think at this time he realized he was smearing the name of a local that he didn't do anything. He gave the number, and surprise, surprise, they didn't match.
Ah!
The screenshots, everything. She screenshots everything and sends it to me. At this time, I'm still freaking out, trying to figure out what's going on myself. I get all these screenshots and figure it out. I send them to my branch manager, and he calls me. He tells me, thanks for those. I won't be getting fired. I told him that he knows that I'm an animal lover and a hunter with a strict no-suffering policy. My wife continues to talk with the guy. He's cool and obviously upset that this happened, and he was lied to by whoever he was talking to. He said he saw the guy in his work truck do it. He watched his cat scream out in pain. He apologized to my wife for running my name through the mud and made a public apology. Back to Fat Flunky. He was the one that did it. It just so happens that all this happens on the weekend that he was in my town to pick up the totes on the street that his friend lives on. Somehow he intercepted the original call to the company and told him he was the regional manager and to only talk to him and to call his cell. When everything was all figured out, he wasn't fired. He wasn't even reprimanded. He convinced everyone that it wasn't him that shot the cats, that it was his friend he let use the company truck. I'm sorry, that's a fireable offense right there.
Fucking A, it is.
He got a warning about letting non-employees use his work truck. That is fucking, and the story's not done, but that's fucking warm body syndrome right there. Someone fucks up that heinous.
Yeah, that's broken shovel shit.
Right. At the next meeting, he tried to be all chummy with me. I asked him if he had shot any more cats in my area, so at least I would have a heads up this time. My branch manager kicked my leg. I still can't believe all that bullshit happened. I still hate Fat Flunky for that. So, to Fat Flunky, I hope that every time you have sex with whatever daddy issue woman you find, her vagina is lined with cat claws.
Ooh.
Oh. That's rough.
That is totally rough. That is. I'm just stunned at how many times I hear stories like that. Where maybe not not tonight, but where some asshole dickhead that you have to deal with at work does something, and then you end up having to take the rap for it.
Sneaky motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's some shady shit, man. And throwing someone under the bus, I hope that person's asshole blossoms, that every time they poop, more of their intestines come out, and they have to drag them around behind them because they can't manage to get it stuffed back in.
Yeah. I hope the next time they wipe their ass, they don't get that wonderful, pleasurable feeling that they always got whenever they did it.
I hope it's like 30 grit sandpaper.
Yeah.
Right across the donut.
Yeah. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I hope you're on a dinner date with a woman and you end up taking her to bed. You go down on her, and she had asparagus, and she's a squirter.
Oh, yummy. Or you had...
Did we spray this hotel room with orthine before we...
Seafood vindaloo and a case of diarrhea.
Oh, my goodness. Seafood vindaloo and a case of diarrhea. It's the same thing.
It's pre-digested and post-digested. That's all.
Exactly.
But it's the same thing. You're exactly
feels
right.
The same going in as going out.
Oh, I tell you, I don't do vindaloo. I don't do vindaloo. Oh, you got to spray the medicine.
God, I love being politically incorrect.
That's our stories for this evening. That's the You Can Suck It. So thank you, everybody, for submitting those fucking stories. Those were awesome. Oh, my God, I love them.
Those were some terrific stories. And I do want to apologize that we were so overwhelmed by a veritable tsunami of stories. If in the off chance that I missed one or everything, please, I apologize. Let me know. Bitch my ass out. You could do it on the feed on PCHD. I'll take it. I deserve it.
Fair is fair.
But yeah, exactly. Fair is fair. So next week, speaking of leftovers, next week we're going to do a leftovers show. Jack, you tell them.
Part 2 of the worst infestations. Part 2 of holy shit. That's what we're doing.
Part 2. So yeah, and also feel free to give us some some other stories as well. We'll definitely put them on on next week's show in addition to the ones that we've already got.
Yeah, I think we have some room. We got a shitload, but a lot of them are relatively short stories, so we've got some room for more. So if you've got some more horrible infestation stories, something that way you walk in and you go, holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Send it to me, send it to Brad on Facebook Messenger, send it to either Jack or Brad at tftc.wtf. That's not one email. That's either Jack at tftc or Brad at tftc. Hit us up at TFTC Podcast on Instagram, TFTC 2.0 on TikTok, and the best place to get us is the Pest Control Humor Depot, our favorite group.
That's right. So we got that going on. We've got a couple of other ideas for some episodes after that, and everybody stay tuned because October is going to be fucking epic.
I know I got a trip to make the first weekend of October.
I'm not going to tell you exactly what we are planning on doing, but what we are planning on doing is going to be a major event.
Oh, I'm gonna be there. I can't fucking wait. I can't fucking wait.
He's gonna be here. Yeah, every time this gets played back on YouTube, I'm always pointing in the wrong direction. So who's gonna be there? And yeah, we got something in the works for everybody. We're getting close to our 10,000th cheese bag. So we've got a lot to celebrate, and so we're gonna figure out something. And we're looking forward to sharing it with all of you out there, all 12 of you fuckers that listen to us. So
hell yeah.
So stay tuned. We'll see you next week on the Holy Shit Part 2. Looking forward to it. On behalf of Jack, myself, Pest Control Humor Depot, my favorite group, Tales from the Crawl Space, SpanglerArt.com, we respectfully ask you to glove up for Candace and bug off.
Glove up for Candace, bug off.